Welcome back to the Catnip Podcast. My name is Grace and today is Friday the 13th. This is the podcast about knitting and lots of crafty stuff and baking and books and cats, but specifically knitting because that is what I love to do the most. I do not have very much knitting this week, but I will explain why in just a little bit, so that's a thing. But I did do some baking and that's exciting and it turned out very well, and I want to share that with you because I just love baking. So, fun time. Like always, you can follow me on all my various social medias. There's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Ravelry. I am most active on Instagram by far, so if you'd like to follow me there, that would be wonderful. There's also a Ravelry podcast group for this podcast, if you'd like to go and join it. I am terrible in posting in it, but there is still a group if you'd like to go and join. All of those things will be linked down below if you're on YouTube or if you're on my blog, so you can find the links down there. So with that, without further ado, let us get into the crafty stuff and the baking and all that fun stuff. If you'd like to grab something tasty to drink, I have tea today. I have also forgotten to put my rings on, so I'm going to do that in just a minute. But I have some tea today. If you'd like to go grab something tasty to drink, something tasty to snack on, you're crafting, whatever you would like to do while I chat to you and we spend some time together, and come back and join me for some crafty chat. I don't have very much knitting this week. But you know what, that is okay, because I've spent most of this week working on, or I guess crafting that I can show you, I should say. Because this week, I spent most of this week trying to work on and finish my mom's birthday present. Her birthday was yesterday on the 12th of April. Oh, I said March at the beginning of this podcast, didn't I? It's April. That's my bad. I don't know why I said March. It's definitely April. Anyway, so I've been working on her birthday present, which was also supposed to be her Christmas present, which I didn't get done. And so it turned into a birthday present. Her birthday was yesterday. We are going to celebrate this weekend. We're going to go see an Astros baseball game, which is super fun. But I'll talk more about that in just a minute. So I do have some time to try and get it finished before then, but I don't know if that's going to happen. So if that doesn't work out, it'll turn into a Mother's Day gift as well. So it's going to be a bunch of gifts lumped together. She's very sweet about it and doesn't mind that my crafting skills are kind of late. My gifts are late, but that's okay. So that is what I've been trying to get done. I've made a lot of progress, but because I know that she watches the podcast, I'm not going to show what the gift is. But I will take pictures of it before I give it to her so I can hopefully show it to you whenever I do finish it. So you can see what it is. Or you can also follow me on Instagram because there'll probably be a picture of it at some point. So things to look out for. So because of that, there's not really a whole lot to discuss, so this might be a shorter episode than normal, for which I am very sorry for, but I will do my best to keep it a decent length. So back to crafting, because that's really what is most important. I mentioned that we're going to a baseball game this weekend, which is super fun. We are huge fans of the Astros, and it's just such a fun experience to go and watch them play. In Houston, if you know about baseball, or if you know what the Astros are, because I might, me personally, if you mention any kind of team name, there's a good chance I don't know what sport they play. But I do know that the Astros play baseball, so, which is kind of important because they are the Houston team. Anyway, so we're gonna go see a game. That's super exciting. It'll be my parents and my husband and myself. I need to wind up some yarn because you can definitely be sure of the fact that I will be bringing some knitting with me. I'm going to be bringing the sleeve for my Lady Mademoiselle Dandelion cardigan, which I do have with me. I have made a teeny bit of progress that I made at the beginning of the week. So I'll show it to you. It'll look pretty much the same, I think. But I do need to wind up new yarn. I'm going to do that. I said I was going to do that last week, but I never did. That's my bad. But I do need to do that today. I'm for sure going to do that while this podcast is probably exporting and importing and doing all the things that it needs to do. Because, like I've mentioned in the past, the sleeve, actually I'll show you, because I do have it here with me. Also, look at all my Beanie Boos. Aren't they so cute? They have such big eyes. I think they're adorable personally. And I have a very small collection of the ones that I think are the cutest. I have another little baby one by my bedside table that my husband gave to me. So, it's a unicorn. I already have a unicorn, but it's a different unicorn. And I have a text message. I apologize. So, I mentioned this the past couple of weeks that I have been showing you guys this lovely cardigan by along.avec.anna. I am super in love with this. It's a little longer than it was last week. That's something. I think I did like another repeat or maybe half a repeat. So it's not like super extreme. It's not like I'm getting ready to attach the sleeves or anything. Clearly, because that would be a very small sweater. Not me size, that's for sure. So this is super wonderful. It's got these little flower dandelion stitches, which are super fun, and I'm very happy to now know how to do them. My yarn, I'm going to keep this up because I need to wind it up, is Cascade 220 Fingering in the Indigo Frost Heather colorway. And again, I am not sure if I'm saying the order of those words correctly. I do know that Heather comes at the end, but I don't know if it's Frost Indigo or Indigo Frost. Not that that really matters, because it's kind of, if you see that, you'll definitely know that what it is. But just random facts that I thought were important, and I thought I should mention them. So, this is what I need to wind up, so I'm going to leave that out, actually. So yes, like I said, the sleeve, I keep saying like I've said and then not actually saying what I said. Like I've said in the past couple episodes, the sleeve is super easy to knit. It's very, very quick and mindless, and I knit the first one on 9-inch circulars, and it was amazing. So I'm definitely going to do that again, because that just seems like good baseball knitting, sports knitting. I apologize for my fingernails. So yes, I'll be using a 9-inch circular for my second sleeve. And I'll probably bring along this other sleeve so I can keep track of what I did so they match. The pattern technically has you knit both sleeves at the very beginning, so they're both ready to go. My plan was to knit one sleeve, knit the body, and then knit another sleeve, or knit one sleeve and then knit the body and the sleeve both at the same time, because the sleeve is definitely very much, like I said, a mindless knit, so I don't have to worry about it. I just have to count rows where I do my increases and then all that kind of stuff. And now that I have one sleeve knit, it's literally just counting and counting and knitting, but mostly counting. So I am definitely looking forward to that, because who doesn't love a good mindless knit? And also, I just really enjoy knitting on 9-inch circulars. I think it will probably be another adjustment for my hands, but it's always a good adjustment. You just need to get used to that type of thing, because 9-inch circulars are wonderful, and I want to use them more often. I do not know when I will be done with this sweater. I do know that obviously I want to finish it, and obviously I want to wear it, but I don't know if I will get it done this summer. I don't know if I'll get it done by the beginning of fall. I don't know. We will have to see. Seeing as that we are halfway through April and it is almost May, which is just a crazy idea. We'll see how this goes. Obviously I don't really care when I get it done. I'm just really excited to have a sweater that I can wear, and it's my favorite. So, fun times, fun times. I also apologize for the lighting of this episode once again. It is a very strangely cloudy and yet sunny at the same time day, so the sun comes and goes and then messes up the lighting, and it's like the blinds need to be closed a certain amount, otherwise it's just too sunny, but then it goes behind the clouds and then it's too dark, and it's like, I don't know what you want from me. Again, fun things that you probably didn't you didn't need to know, but I thought that I should share them anyway. So, like any knitter, or a knitter, that is me specifically. Even though I don't know when I'm going to be finishing a sweater that I currently have on the needles, and also have at least 10 other projects on the needles that are sitting out in our living room currently, I am thinking about things I want to cast on, and there may be yarn in the mail. I found a pattern that I'm going to show you in just a minute, but I'm going to tell you about it first. It's called Mom's Popcorn Bomber, and it is by a Nordic knit, I think. Let me pull it up really quick. I have it on my computer because, ooh, that's a cold left. I have shorts on, by the way. It is not on Ravelry, which is just an interesting fact of life. It is on a Nordic Knitting Tale. I was close. So the way I found this sweater was very random, and it was a lot of like searching through people's Instagrams and trying to find the designer, and then finding the designer, and then going to her website and seeing that it was in some kind of Nordic language that I didn't understand, and then finding the English patterns section and finding this new pattern that I wasn't originally looking for. And then my mind was blown because it was just so adorable. It is called Mom's Popcorn Bomber, like I said, and this is the picture of it, which is like, how cute is that? Apologies for showing this to you on my computer. Like I said, it is not on Ravelry, which wouldn't really change anything, but I'm also not sure where it is on Instagram either. And I also just had it pulled up on my computer. So I found the pattern, found the picture, geeked out about it, and I sent it to my mom and was like, oh my goodness, how cute is this sweater? Because that's what we do. We, because we both have Instagram, we both scroll through things and we're like, oh my goodness, look how cute this sweater is. Sending each other things that we can look at and be inspired by. So I think I definitely did find it on Instagram, but it was very far back. So I sent it to her and I was like, oh my goodness, this sweater is so cute. And she really, really liked it too. And then it like turned into a birthday knit along, which involved getting the yarn and getting the pattern. And so yes, the yarn is in the mail. That was a very abrupt end to that story, but super exciting. We placed our order on the 11th, I think. Yes, because it was the day before her birthday. So that is super exciting. I'm not sure when it's going to arrive, but that's okay. It's in the mail. It's coming. I'm going to be knitting it in a very like dark plummy purple, and my mom is going to be making it in a beautiful, beautiful navy. We're using Drops Nepal yarn, which is a worsted weight, which is very exciting because that means it will go quick. Another fun thing about this cardigan or bomber sweater, are there bomber sweaters? I don't know. Bomber jackets. It's not a jacket, but I don't know. This sweater that we're making, there's also a strand of mohair held throughout, so we're going to do that as well. My mom has a matching navy for hers, and mine is still purple, but it's like slightly lighter. It's more of a mauve, rosy purple color, so I think it'll be really beautiful with my dark purple because it will add beautiful dimension, I'm hoping, and just kind of like lighten it. Not that I want to lighten the dark purple, but I just want to add some pizzazz, because you know that's always fun. So that is very exciting, and a new sweater is very close in our future whenever that yarn shows up. Another interesting thing, so because this pattern is not on Ravelry, there was not all the information of like on the project page. Nobody else had made it before that I could see anyway, and oh, there's only 9 minutes left on the battery. That is very unfortunate. So I looked at the pattern this morning and realized that the sweater is a steeked sweater. So we will both be learning how to steek. I think this is probably a good deal because, at least me anyway, I wouldn't have been like, yes, I'm going to learn how to steek. I'm going to pick a sweater that has a steek. This was more of an accident steeking sweater, so I think that's a good way to like make me do that. Even though I said I wanted to learn how to steek for forever, this will definitely motivate me because I really, really want this sweater. Very badly. So that is super exciting. I have no idea how that's gonna go, but I'm also going to do a lot of practicing and do a lot of research on how to do it correctly. So if you have any good steeking tutorials or advice that you would like to share with a non-experienced steeker, I would highly appreciate it. Yeah, are there any tutorials that you thought were like super amazing, super informative, very clear? I'm sure there's a lot of things on Craftsy, but I've never actually used Craftsy before, which sounds kind of crazy because I feel like everybody uses Craftsy, but oh well. There's YouTube. Lots of tutorials on YouTube, so I might just go digging, but if you would like to share any information that you might have, greatly appreciate it. I did some baking earlier this week and I made some incredible scones. I love scones. If I could have a tea time snack, it would be a tie between shortbread, which I made last week, and scones, which I made this week. So they're both up there with the tea time snackies and just snackies in general. These scones were Meyer lemon cream scones. I think they were cream scones. I don't remember if they were cream scones. The recipe will be linked in the show notes, so don't worry about that. They're super lemony. The glaze is super lemony, and I love it. It is so delicious. It's very like fresh tasting and just very citrusy. So if you're not into lemons or citrusy tastes, this would probably not be for you. But it is a good scone recipe. I was very much drawn in by the pictures because whatever blog I found this on, the pictures were just gorgeous. And then I took some pictures of my own because they are also very photogenic scones, because who doesn't love a good photogenic scone? It helps if your scones are photogenic because then you can have something to post on Instagram. Yes. My camera battery died, so we have taken a little break and we're back now. I believe I was talking about my scones. So, to go back to my scones, they were super easy to make. They are delicious. There are about 2 of them left. So, because like I said, they do make good tea time snacks. I think they would be even more amazing if you just really, really love the lemon flavor. If you got or you made lemon curd and you ate it with the scones, I think that would be amazing. And then you could go the full 9 yards and have clotted cream as well, and it's just like high tea. Just make yourself high tea and it will be wonderful. That sounds super good, and I really wish I had some lemon curd and clotted cream now. So sad. So that is all I have to talk about this week. Apologies for it being a shorter episode and having hardly any knitting to talk about. But hopefully next week I should have finished my mom's birthday present. I'm sorry, Mom. And hopefully we'll have more knitting and maybe a new cast on. I don't know. We'll see. So fun things in the future for sure. I just don't know if they'll be in next week's episode, but who knows. Like always, all the things that I've talked about will be linked in the show notes, so if you want to see the popcorn bomber jacket sweater thing, that will be definitely linked down below, or the recipe to the amazing scones, that'll be down below as well, and just all the things in general. It'll be like normal. And as well as all my various social medias that you can follow me on. Instagram is probably the most important just because I am most active on there. So all of that will be linked down below, everywhere, all that kind of stuff. I hope you've had a wonderful week, and I hope you continue to have a wonderful weekend. If you have crafty plans, I hope they are successful. Like I mentioned in this episode, I do have crafty plans this weekend, so I hope they are successful. I hope I get a lot of knitting done. Wouldn't it be amazing if I knit the entire sleeve at the Astros game? Probably not possible, but you know what? You can shoot for the stars and land somewhere in between, and maybe I'm have half a sleeve. I don't know. I might just knit the cuff. I might not even cast on. I don't know. We'll just wait and see how the knitting goes this weekend. So, of course, thank you so much for spending some of your time with me. I really appreciate it, and I enjoy getting to share my crafty and baking endeavors with you and whatever else I think would be fun to share. Which also includes rambling, so thank you for sitting through my ramblings. And that is it for this episode, so I guess I'll see you guys next week. Bye! It says it's still recording, but it says it also has no battery, so I don't know how that's working. We're trying to untangle the charging cord right now. Charging cord. Bye!